Day 218.
Vault 8, George.
Vault 8. So where I think the real vault is Vault 7's the Juan brothers with the hacks, the Russia hacks, so that's out of the way.
Did they use Vault 7 tools to do that?
Yeah, and I can't remember the thing that makes it look like a Russian hack. It begins with an A, and people have the answer in a second.
Weeping Angel? No.
No, that's different. This is to actually give footprints of a Russian attack. But the real vault is Clarksburg, West Virginia, the FBI vault, and that's where I believe the Juan brothers have probably moved the laptops and the Blackberries. Now, I doubt they're still over.
At Andre Taggart's house?
At Andre Taggart's house on Lorton on 99667 Hawkshead. But what I was saying last night about metadata, I've had a chance to think about. It was very early in the morning, so
yeah.
I was a little... and I think the best metadata now is Robert Mueller, oddly enough. Mueller calling state secrets. Mueller's named some kind of PR guy. It's not Peter Hall, but it's like a name like that. He was in the Trump transition, and it was also in the Obama transition.
Did he call it state secrets? Has that happened yet?
I don't know, but I anticipate that'll happen in the next day or two.
Okay. Well, that'll be interesting to see if that does happen. If
yeah.
that happens...
Well, when you assign a PR guy, it's typically because you want to control the message.
Of course.
The reason why I say the FBI metadata, first of all, in any of these investigations where there's a bunch of hokey testimony, it's all school play, you got to get rid of all human testimony.
Right.
The only thing you're left with is metadata. We only had last night 2 pieces of metadata. The phone, Seth Rich's phone, and Seth Rich's laptop.
But we don't really have, we're just aware that that metadata is there. We don't have it.
We just know that he had one in pictures. And people, you know...
It's basically everyone has said he had his phone. It wasn't stolen. Everybody knows
I think it's a safe assumption that a 27-year-old working for the DNC...
has a phone. And he was talking to the girlfriend, so we know that. And they also admit that they have his laptop. They're just not telling anybody what's on it.
Right. So those are the only 2 sure pieces of metadata. Now, we might have been given a pristine bullet last night.
Maybe that's yeah, we've been thinking about that.
On the stretcher, you know, like... Go over to W and Flagler, guys. Stay away from 1222.
Yeah.
Because I'm noticing all this disinfo of, well, they were all speaking Spanish.
And also, we don't.
How would they know that when nobody even saw the thing?
No one heard it. No witnesses that have come forward. Right. How would they know?
This Huerta. Oh, look at Huerta.
Well, we didn't mention him. Yes.
Well, I know, but how is Huerta involved? You know, so I think you got to look at 1222, where he actually lived and where he actually said he lived. Seth Rich said he lived at 1222. The reason why you have to say that is because there's hospital staff there that are not a part of this that said...
Where? Hospital staff?
There's MedStar, let's say, I think also at Howard, but there's hospital staff that say 1222. They don't say 2113. They say 1222. And there's hospital staff watching this right now that remember 1222. They don't remember 2113. So
as Seth Rich's home address.
Correct. So you have to go with what Seth Rich actually said, which is, right now, with those 3 pieces of evidence, the FBI comes to 1222, barges in, shoots him with some kind of incapacitating round, and grabs the laptop and grabs the metadata.
Shoots who?
Seth Rich.
He's home and the FBI shoots him? Who told us
that? The only metadata we have. The only conclusion you can draw from metadata is laptop, phone, and Seth Rich saying 1222. That's the only conclusion you can draw. The only thing that metadata supports right now is the FBI rating 1222.
Yep.
Because Seth said...
Well, they have his laptop, that's for sure.
They have his laptop and they have his phone.
And that goes back to our why is the FBI involved? Why would they have his laptop at all? If he was robbed on the street, why do they need his laptop?
Why is the FBI involved at all? And if Mueller declares state secrets, he is stamping it and saying it's not a robbery, which Rob Wheeler said was door number 1. It's not a family issue or relationship issue, which was door number 2. Oh. Door number 3 was Wikileaks.
Well, door number 3 was related to his work, related to Wikileaks. And then Rod said they would not allow him to look in that door, so he had no more information about that.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is all this stuff to try to push stuff back to W and Flagler is all not supported by any metadata. Now, they have the body cameras. They can produce that.
No, they say it's lost. They're
okay, well, they have the 5 officers. Those guys aren't dead.
Nobody's been able to interview them.
Okay, they can come forward. If they want to destroy and debunk this metadata.
I don't think they're going to do
They
that.
can anytime they want. They can go and give us the hospital records anytime they want.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? The only thing we have now with Mueller saying it's state secrets and assigning a PR person.
Well, let's wait until he says that.
Okay, but I think it's going to be Peter Hall. I think it's going to be the guy who did the transition with Obama and the guy with Trump. And that's just infiltration. You can't let these people make their own decisions. You have to infiltrate. You have to get information.
Well,
so that
should be an interesting week and see what Mueller says. I mean, Trump now is back in Washington. We can see the fake news over there on CNN talking about Trump being
there's
back.
Schiff.
We got our buddy Adam Schiff, who remarkably, I just realized there's somewhat of a familial resemblance to our missing friend, Mr. Braverman. Anybody know anything about that?
Well, and we're going to be driving right by
Pure speculation.
Braverman's house with
His mother's house.
Sherry Hasnet.
Do we want
In
to
Cherry Hill.
telegraph our location like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say right now, if anybody has Eric Braverman's mother's address, we'll go knock on the door on the way back to New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Send it along.
Let's put this up. Yeah.